America's right wing? Are we willing to live together? Are we willing to do the things we need to do to coexist? People go, well, we ain't got no business coexisting. You know, shit, I was in the motherland and doing my damn thing, and then I was over here, or I came over on the Mayflower or whatever, or my folks came over or whatever. I don't give a damn who they are or how they got here. We all love and embrace our culture. Maybe not that part because nigga don't want to be hit with you know what I mean. You don't want to be hit with no chains or something, whips. You know that's inhumane. Pardon me. I get so riled. I say things like I said earlier. We all do things that we need to change, but we're afraid to look at reality the way it is and make that change. We're afraid to live life as it truly is so we can reach life destiny. We're afraid. You know, people say I'm fat. You know, I need to lose some weight. You know what you need to do. Do it. Well, I can't push away from that. You can push away from the table. Change the way you look at it. Change the way you look at the food. Change how you perceive it to help you, to nourish your body. Change your perception of that food. Change your paradigm. You know, this whole thing that's going on is affecting all of us. You know, not everyone may feel this way. You know, not everyone can feel everyone feels this way. So it's affecting all of us. Each day is kind of like producing some kind of distressing headlines, angry motherfucking blogs, name calling speeches, childish rants and tweets, bullying, diatribes, finger pointing triads, violence, latent outburst. Shit is getting out of hand. And while we may not know the underlying cause, really the underlying cause of the problem human society is now facing, we may not really know. But the cumulative impact of the problem, it can be put into a single word. Truly, a single word. Most people don't want to hear it. Don't see it in there. Alienation. We're seeing it more and more, and it's an outgrowth of a very contentious and unhappy situation. You know, alienation inevitably arises in the aftermath of ongoing citizen frustration. What are we doing now? Are we alienating ourselves? Are we sitting behind our mask at home because we were told to sit at home behind these masks? Which is really ironic because I was driving. Why would you wear a mask in the car that you're in? Only you. Do you not clean your car? Is your car not sanitized? Do you not trust yourself? But yet we do these things because we were told to do them. It is best for us. It has caused an uproar amongst us. People stand 6 feet away and act as if nothing is wrong with that. People want this social distancing, but you want us to get better? I'm sorry. I don't see it happening that way. You know, societal dysfunction inevitably arises in the aftermath of ongoing systemic failure. Trust me. Systemic failure. And that's exactly what we've had here. Systemic failure. You know, a lot of things have failed us. Long-term, ongoing systemic failure. You know, we put into place on our planet a wide assortment of systems created. These things were to make life better for us. These systems, that shit ain't working. It ain't working. I'm sorry. But there are some rare exceptions. But in the main, most are failing to produce the outcomes that we've intended to produce. We really have. It's failed to produce the outcomes we've intended to produce. But wait, it's worse. They're actually producing the opposite. For instance, our political systems, created to produce safe and security for the world's nation and their people, have in the main produced far too much of exactly the opposite. Ongoing disagreements, endless insulting and demonizing of opponents, dangerous trade wars, nerve-wracking military threats, and escalating violence between people at every level. You know, our economic system, which was created to produce opportunity and sufficiency for all, you know, have in the main produced far too much of exactly the opposite. Massive economic inequality and increasing poverty, with a handful of people, actually fewer than 10, as we said before, holding more wealth and resources than 3.5 billion. And that's half the planet's population combined. Our social systems, you know, our social systems are crazy. It's created to advance and facilitate the joy of living in most of the communities we live in. It's build, and build a foundation. You know, we're trying to build a foundation of harmony amongst the divergent populations. You know, and actually, it has in the main produced far too much of exactly the opposite: discordance, disparity, prejudice, despair. You know, this is bull. Because with limited opportunity for upward mobility, that shit just hurts. And it's far too many cases rampant, injustice producing so much exasperation and outrage. Serious outrage. Even our vaulted online internet systems created as the newest innovation. You know, we're gonna surf the web. It's the newest innovation of our social systems. It was originally designed to bring us closer together. Bring us closer together through a marvel of social media. But funny thing about it is, it's created exactly the opposite. You know, Social media, we got motherfuckers playing one against another through the manipulation of emotions and shit. It heightens our differences, exacerbation of our fears, and a poisoning of our minds with negativity all over, which has not brought us closer together, but it's basically driven us further apart. And saddest of all, our spiritual systems. It's lacking. It's created to inspire a greater love of God, supposed to be, and so of each other. Now, listen to that part where it says, and so each other. Because when I say that, I mean, has it really happened? But it's just produced exactly the opposite. Our spiritual system has created the opposite with a lot of us. Just because you go to church and everybody in your congregation loves what you love, That doesn't make the masses. You know, the masses of this is that we are not living the way we are supposed to live. We're not. You know, our spiritual system today has created bitterness, righteousness, shocking intolerance, widespread anger. I mean, trust me, deep seated hatred, self justified violence in our spiritual beliefs. So, are we truly living the way we want to live? Are we truly living the way we were meant to live? Are we truly doing what we were meant to do? Are we spiritually living the way we were meant to live? Are we? Fuck if I know, but I think we're not. You know, most people will go, oh, it's your perception. Yes, it is my perception. It is all of our perceptions. But you need to have, you need to really think about what's going on and be honest with yourself. Not about what you were taught earlier, not about how you were taught that beliefs of black people should do this, or you were taught that you can't trust white people doing this, or you can't trust Indians, or they're shiesty or whatever trying to get money. You cannot live with these stereotypes. You shouldn't live with them. Now you may think that I have exaggerated and impacted on all of this. You think things are better here on earth now than ever been before, right? Well, I suppose that's true for some. For some, it is better for them. Some people come from poverty. They come from things that were horrible cases, but they changed their lives. So I ask of you, are you truly a product of your environment? Are you? No, you learn from your environment. You're not a product of it, really, but you have learned from it, which, by way, as some people would say and argue with you about and cause semantics, but are you a product or are you not? Or does it really truly matter? Because how you perceive that is what truly matters. Because if you're a product of your society, because you lived in the ghetto, then, and you're having it hard now, is that how you justify what's going on with you now? I grew up a certain way. So it's supposed to be this way. That's all I fucking know. Have you exhausted all avenues to change your life? Have you exhausted all avenues to change your environment? Until then, shut the fuck up. Make some better choices. Sorry. You gotta man the fuck up, woman the fuck up, however you want to say it. But you gotta step the fuck up and take the leap of faith about yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Are you an asshole? Maybe you need to change it. Are you a bigot? Maybe you need to change it. Has it been working for you? Whatever you are that you don't like about you, you need to change it. You can't wait on everyone else around you to change it. And sometimes you need help to change it. People say, I'll never go see a life coach or a counselor or a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Because if I'm going to change, I'm going to change. And that is true. If you're going to change, you are going to change. People say, I quit smoking today, but I don't know how long I'm going to last. Well, I be damned. You just gave yourself a time frame. not a specific time